Growing on Instagram is hard, but growing as an artist on Instagram is extremely hard. Instagram wants you to post every day, many times a day, which most people aren't able to do since we have lives. So, here are some tips to make a little bit easier gaining attention on Instagram. First of all, you should have schedules. You won't post every day. You have a life. Maybe you can't even post twice a week, which is alright and perfectly normal. But it's good to have a schedule. If you post every Monday at noon, people who really like your work will check your profile every Monday at noon, because they know you will post at that time. If you post tutorials on your Instagram stories every Friday in the afternoon, then you will have people checking your profile at that time because they want to see it as soon as possible. If you post randomly, people don't know when to check your profile. If you can't have schedules, there is still a nice alternative. You can and should, even if you have a schedule, make a countdown on your stories for that post. People will remember to check your profile that way. Second, Instagram has statistics. Use them. You will get followers from all around the world. Some from China, some from the United Kingdom, some from Brazil. All these people are in different time zones. To make sure the biggest amount of people see your work, use the statistics Instagram gives you to know which days are better for posting and what times of those days will people see your posts. That is when they are most active. Third, use trends in your favor. Right now, the biggest trend on Instagram, you could say, is Reels. So you should make them if you really want to grow on Instagram. But most importantly, you should learn how to enjoy making them. Making Reels is not the same as making an illustration or a character design, and it's easier to enjoy consuming them than it is to create them as an artist. Find the simplest way to make them. For example, I hate having to stop an artwork just to get my phone to record what I'm doing. So instead, I save the sketch layer and use it to make a reel later when I have finished the artwork. One way you can do this with traditional art is making a different sketch from the finished piece, so you don't have to interrupt your creativity. You can also use other types of trends, like trends through hashtags like draw this in your style. Here are some examples of artists that have done this. Lately, a trend that has been really going around is the shortcut meme, which you can also participate in, or like the 6 fan arts. That one has been coming and going. There is always some kind of trend going around. Maybe when you watch this video, these trends I'm talking about are no longer trends, like no one does them. So just look for the trends that artists are participating in. And remember to use them in your favor. 4. People like funny things, like memes. This one kind of goes along with the last one, but one of the most important things on Instagram and most social media really are interactions or engagement, whatever you want to call it. This is also why I would really appreciate a like on this video if you don't mind. But yeah, why memes? Because people really like to share them on their stories. Don't you also like to share with your followers things that you might find pretty or funny or even maybe both? So yeah, memes generate interactions. So if you can incorporate them into your posts, not only they are also faster to make than an illustration, if you can incorporate them, that would be really helpful for you. 5. You should use the right hashtags. You might find that the whole hashtag thing is hard to figure out, and that's because it is. There are many things to it. For example, you should not surpass 10 hashtags on your posts, and preferably you should keep them in the number 9. But it's not just this. You should avoid any hashtags which have millions of posts in them. Like, the likelihood of being noticed in those is so small, especially if you are already a small account. Try to use hashtags that go anywhere from 1,000 posts to 200,000 posts. You can use hashtags with more posts in them or less posts in them. Remember, it's totally up to you, but I believe this is the safe zone, you could call it. For example, if you are posting a watercolor painting you did, try to use hashtags like this. Watercolor is actually an amazing hashtag because there are 2 ways to write it, and you can use that in your advantage. Like, you can write them in these ways. And remember, your hashtags totally depend on what kind of art you are posting. You cannot use the same hashtags for a watercolor drawing and digital art. Nor can you use the same hashtags for a landscape painting and a caricature sheet of an original character of yours for your webcomic. I would highly advise you to make a research on the hashtags you should use for the type of art you post. Like, if you usually post comics, you should make a research to see which hashtags you can use for your comics. Or maybe if you do a lot of digital art, research which the hashtags for digital art are really full of posts. Most of them are in the millions. So if you make your research, it would really help you to gain more of a following. If you like the art I'm doing in this video, you can follow me on Instagram or any social media you prefer to see my finished artworks. My link tree is in the description below. Remember to like and subscribe if you want to keep seeing videos like this, and also leave suggestions for the next videos in the comments below. Thanks for watching!